So I started watching Handmaid's Tale with my girlfriend, and this is a show that I've been interested in for quite some time. I've first saw like an article about the book, and the concept was very intriguing. I was like, that is interesting, because I've never read anything quite like it. I mean, I'm not a reader, so it's not very impressive that I didn't read anything like it. But I was still very interested, so I suggested to my girlfriend, "Oh, we should watch this show. Let's see, let's see how it goes." And I've watched the first season and three more episodes, and I remember I was watching the season. I was like, "This must be one of the most one of the most like utopian, not utopian, but like dystopian worlds that has the lowest chance of actually being a thing." And it was like very far from the truth because it actually happened. It actually happened, and I was just being ignorant, because this happened during the Cultural Revolution in Iran. Iran was a very liberal and like progressive state. And I remember I knew about this because I watched a couple of Iranian movies, and I remember one of the movies that I watched was Under the Shadow. It was horror Iranian movie, and in that movie they talk a lot about the Cultural Revolution and how the role of women changed so much and what they lost in that time. And I saw that the Handmaid Tale was very much inspired by the Cultural Revolution that happened in Iran. And just the thought of it happening, it made me realize how close, not how not very far from it we are. We're not very far from a world where we really see all of that violence against women, gay people, and yeah, I mean everyone part of the LGBT community. And it just made me realize that really like the power that religion has and the ground that religion is getting. Like, if you think about it, the power of religion, it's not getting weaker by the year. I thought that in the past, like in 15 years ago, 10 years ago, I thought that religion was really losing a lot of steam. But fast forward to today, and I don't see religion losing as much steam as I thought it was losing. I feel like in the US, we have a lot more people being vocal about their religion and really trying to go back to the past and being like, oh, we have to go back to religious ways. And it seems like this is happening all across the globe. We're really seeing a resurgence of religion and the ties that religion has to government. And we're seeing a lot of political parties that are getting a lot of preeminence, and a lot of what they are defending is, of course, religious views. And even when we talk about gender violence is not going down. Actually, like in the last few
New
years,
studies available on Prolific.
yeah, that was prolific. I think you guys know about it. But yeah, sorry about that. But no, like when you think about the last few years and you look at the last few years, you'll see that gender violence seems to be getting bigger. Like the divide between men and women is getting bigger and bigger. Even there are people saying, oh, we should go back to arranged marriages. uh, we should go back to a more traditional way. Women are just having way too much fun and getting, and really getting very big body counts, and this is just destroying the dating scene. And a lot of these talking points, a lot of people can say, okay, they are valid, but when you really think about them, you see how dangerous this can get. Because if you are complaining about this, it really tells me that maybe you wouldn't like oppose, or you wouldn't be totally opposed to restricting the freedom of girls. I even saw, like, I had a I know a guy that he was telling me that women do need protection, and he was like advocating for Andrew Tate. He was saying like, oh, maybe he was keeping these girls in the house to protect them because the world is dangerous. And this is exactly what was happening. The talking points of the people in the Handmaid's Tale. You're protected now, and you are really, now you have the time and you have the protection to fulfill your duty, which is to conceive and to get pregnant and have kids. And it just doesn't feel like we are very far away from that dystopian world. And it says a lot because it's 2026, and we are still seeing women suffering from gender violence. Not even gonna talk about the wage gap, but because I do think that in that aspect we're making some progress. But the rhetoric against women, I feel like it's becoming more violent, and the rhetoric against homosexuals and the LGBT community in general feels like it's becoming more violent, or it's like regressing. We're just regressing, and we're not making a lot of significant progress in that area. But yeah, I'll let you guys know when I finish second season. The third episode that I saw was very stupid because she was just trying to escape. She made a lot of questionable decisions, and of course she got caught. It has 5 seasons. I knew she was not gonna live in the third episode of the second season. It was very predictable. But yeah, I hope it stays good. It is an interesting watch. So if you guys haven't watched it, I recommend. And yeah, it's becoming darker by the minute. So less yet I do today. See you guys in the next video. Subscribe, and yeah, leave a comment, leave a like, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.